giving yourselves a raise. I really want your takeaways from today to be very specific, actionable items that you can do today that can increase your business and your sales. But that being said, I'm also here, so if you have any questions at all, at the end we're going to have a Q&A. And as I'm talking, if you come up with any questions, you can type them in that little box, and we'll try to answer them organically as well. So welcome, everyone. I am so excited about this year. We have a lot of exciting things going on with LAshX, and the most exciting thing is you guys. We really want to help your businesses grow, and we're seeing that's happening, which is really cool. I think lashes have become obviously a lot more popular, but that being said, there's a lot more competition. So we want to kind of talk about how to give you the edge and take your business to the next level. For those of you that don't know me, I think most of you guys are familiar with me, but just really quickly, I started this business. I was a salon, or I am a salon owner, much like many of you, and a lash provider. And I wasn't happy with the products that were on the market. I didn't feel they were safe for me, for my clients. I had become allergic. Many of my clients had become allergic. So I really wanted to build something that was healthier and safer and improved our clients' lash health. So that's kind of the mission behind LAshX, and that's really how you guys will differentiate yourselves using our products. Basically, not only do you guys do the most unbelievable art in the most beautiful salons and spas, but you're also using the healthiest, safest products in the market, and you're trained with the best techniques. So your lashes are going to last longer, your clients are going to get better results, and we're going to talk about how all that plays into giving yourself a raise. Sorry, I've got my little notes so I don't miss a thing. And Heather, if you see any questions on the side, just go ahead and let me know. So this is our first webinar in the series. We're going to be doing different topics. If you guys have any specific topics you'd like, go ahead and let me or Heather know, and we'll add them to our series. I'm going to try to do them on the 8th of every month up through April, and then we'll probably change the date. So let's talk about business building, helping you all make more money. I'm here to answer questions, blah, blah, blah. I already said that.
Some people just, it looks like we got another person, so maybe they didn't know.
So, well, really quick, I just want to take a quick poll here. I'm going to put it out. I want to know what everyone's just charging for a typical full set of lashes, classic lashes. Yeah. So, I don't know, can you see this on your screen, everyone? The polls are open, okay, if you can. So, please check off kind of what you're charging for a full set, just so I have an idea of what you're currently charging, so we can kind of talk in terms of that. You know, I'm always a proponent of charging what you're worth and not putting yourselves on sale. See, 43% voted. I'm waiting for a few more people. So the options are less than 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, or more than 300 for a full set. Here at Makekup Mandy, we charge $325, and I think the average for our LAshX accounts is probably about $325 for a set of classic. And then the more advanced, we have a master price, which is $380, depending on the skill level for the classic. And then for our volume, we're charging $420 here, just so you guys have an idea of that. 53% voted. Give you guys a few more seconds. Okay. Oh, I'm getting questions while we're waiting for everyone to fill out. Someone asked, how many hours does volume lashes take? It depends, obviously, you know, how fast or how many you've done, but for me, it takes me about an hour and a half, Roseanne. Sometimes less, sometimes a little bit more, depending on how many natural lashes they have. Starting out, it can take a little bit. I would say whatever your classic, add 20 minutes or so, because you're building little stands as you go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close the poll. And let's see the results. Does it tell us our results?
Share results.
Where? Oh, share. Okay, let's see. Oh, 75% of you guys are charging 100 to 200, 25% 200 to 300. No one's charging more than 300. Okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, one way to raise your prices, if that's something, I mean, the best way to give yourself a raise, I guess, is raising your price. But of course, we're always afraid of alienating our current clientele and outpricing ourselves versus the competition. So one thing I recommend is keeping your prices as they are, but offering an upgrade. So in other words, hey, we always have that service you've been loving at this price, but did you want to try the volume lashes? It's just $50 more or $100 more, and this is the look, and they're softer, and whatever the benefits are. You could also do that. I don't know if you're using all of our products, but sometimes when I first started introducing the LAshX brand, my clients were on a different brand, so I let them feel how soft the LAshX lashes were, and that was an upgrade. Well, we have this LAshX mink lashes. They last longer. It's a better adhesive. They're softer. For that, we charge a little bit more, or you can keep with the classic. And 100% of my people basically chose to pay a little more to get the better results. And essentially, I gave myself a raise that way. Sorry, there's a glare. Okay. Does that make sense? I really want you guys to not be afraid of or not feel like you have to match what competitors are charging, because nowadays there's people charging ridiculously cheap amounts, and we want you guys to charge what you're worth, but how do you do that without pricing yourselves out of the market? So that's one way, is offering the better value. With the LAshX brand, what you're giving them is double the whole time. So the whole theory behind it is they're getting 6 to 8 weeks of lashes. They're coming in less often, so they're paying a little more each time, but they're actually saving money because they're coming less often. And I know me as a mom, and for most of my clients, we're all really busy, so not having to come in every 2 weeks is definitely worth paying a little more for me, and I think all of my clients. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but the idea is if you charge a little more and the client comes less often, that you can see more variety of clients. So you're actually making more per hour. The way it works is people always ask me, like, oh, well, if they come less often, don't you make less money? No, because you're actually seeing more people less often. And so even though the client's saving money, you're charging more per hour. And then word spreads. People want to go to the place that lasts longer, healthier. So, as probably most of you that already use the products have experienced, clients talk. And that's the way you're going to build. It's, better than having them come every 2 weeks and, nickel and diming them for little fills here and there every few weeks. Then you're really seeing a lot of clients for a little amount of time for less money. So you're wasting time in between services with your gel pads, with your, getting them cleansed, all of that, and you're making less per hour. Does that make sense? There's a little thing on the side here to raise your hand. So if anyone does have questions, or if I'm not making sense, go ahead and raise your hand, or let me know so that way I can make sure I clarify. Okay, so how do I make money? Look at people lash places that are charging less than this. We were just at the ISSE, and we spoke to a lot of people, and we found that there was a huge range in what people are charging. So again, I think the takeaway is that you want to differentiate on value, look, health and safety, and longevity, not on price. There's only so many ways to differentiate yourself, and you're never going to win on the price level, if that makes sense, unless you want to be the cheapest. But, for me, I guess I would rather work less and make more per hour, and I think you guys would agree. How many times have you guys had a loyal client that's like gone for Groupon, or they've gotten a deal somewhere and they've come back to you because of damage? Probably quite a few of you. Where's my little hand raising thing, Heather? Do you see it?
Oh, no.
You see it?
No, you have to add that as like a feature that's supposed to be.
It was here in the last one. I don't know. Okay. How many times? Okay. So as a lash professional, there are 3 ways to give yourself a raise. You can increase your price, We spoke about that. Differentiate on value rather than cost. I have been doing lashes for years. I'm afraid to raise my prices. My clients may go elsewhere. That's the number one question. It's difficult to raise your prices, especially as competition grows. But there is a way to do it. It's by offering an upsell or a value-added product or service. So charging more for a different service, like adding color or volume. The other thing you can do to give yourself a raise is, hybrids. People are mentioning hybrids.
They have the hand raise. Haley just told us.
Okay, cool.
They have. We just can't see it as presenters.
Okay. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so basically we can raise our prices. We could add different services. So color blending, volume lashes, hybrid. The idea behind all this is you still have your tried and true service at the current price, but clients have the option of paying more for something better. 9 out of 10 people will switch to a better product if they feel their value. So we want to add value. Remember, a raise equals your income equals your dollars divided by the hours worked. So in other words, it doesn't mean you're making a raise if you're working more hours to make more money. That's not giving yourself a raise. A raise for us is making more per hour. So in other words, if you're averaging $20 an hour, you're bringing that to 25. That's what I mean by raise. For salon owners, you could charge based on demand. So if you have a stylist that is always requested, or the same stylist is more in demand than other stylists, you can give them a higher price point. That's another way to differentiate besides on service. You could create 2 different price points based on the load, give them master, stylist, or raise. The second way we can give ourselves a raise is to see more clients per time allotted. So basically streamlining our process so that you're getting more services done per day. The one obstacle we have as a service provider is that we only have so many hours in the day. There's 8 hours. That's it, if you're going to work nonstop. So really figuring out how you can maximize that 8 hours to make the most amount of money possible, right? That's our goal as businesses. So we can shorten the time it takes for the service. This takes practice, technique, good products. We're going to obviously demo our adhesives and lashes for anyone that hasn't seen them. It's an instant dry. The lashes are really easy to work with on the trays. Getting the volume sets a little bit faster definitely is important. If you're going to, obviously you're going to charge more for that time, but you want to make sure that the amount you charge more and the extra time needed balance out, if that makes sense. So we always make the fans as we go. We don't want to pre-make them for the volume lashes. X tweezers. Oh, I don't have my handy. Okay, there. X tweezers. Really save me time, and they save my hands. If you guys haven't tried these, they're backwards, so they take a little practice, but you literally release. So I don't know if you guys can see on there. I think it's almost better here for this. So basically what it is backwards. So you release to pull the lash off, and it's holding the lash. If you guys can, maybe you can see. But it's holding the lash. So I don't have to keep tension on my hand, so that saves my hand. But also it lets me go really fast for underlashes, brow extensions. I can just flip it around. So I know these scare some people if you didn't start through for our certification, we start people with these, so they're used to them from the start. But if you haven't, you have to kind of switch your brain from these standard tweezers where you're squeezing. But I really recommend switching over because it will save your hand once you get really busy and you are working 8 hours a day, and also will pick up your speed. That's just so we want to shorten the time it takes for the service. Volume lash, full set, we want to get it down to about 1:15. That's the goal. And I wanted to show you guys real quick how I do my volume fans. I know now most of us are doing volume. How do I? Having major technical issues here.
What do you?
Trying to see my camera.
You're trying to see it?
Yeah. I can't see my camera.
As in
Like
see
I can't
yourself?
see what you're thinking.
Oh.
You could see me though.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, guys. This is our first one. We're gonna get this down.
don't do it because that takes so long. This is the easiest one. Right? Alright.
Okay, cool. Well, I can see this one. So I want to show you guys real quick what a volume fan looks like. So we're grabbing 3 hairs off the end here, pulling forward, releasing, fan to the side, and you're picking up 3 lashes or 4 lashes or 5 lashes down, up to pop it off, and you've got your fan focuses. And that's how you do it as you're going. So I've been just putting them on tiles with all the different lengths, and there you go. And again, at the end, if you guys have specific questions about the volume lashes, we'll get into those. Oh, I see. I think this is. Oh my gosh, now I can't see anything. Sorry. Okay, so we talked about technique, products, obviously the adhesives and instant dry, the X tweezers. The other thing that you can do to basically shorten the time it takes a service is to do more services at once. So in other words, once you have the person there, they've already cleansed, and we should talk about that too, having your desk person, or if you have the luxury of having a front desk or you know, a greeter or anyone else at the salon that can prep your client, you can see more clients back to back. And what that looks like for us is the client comes in, we do the consultation form, and then we will have the person at the front desk or the manager bring them to the restroom and actually teach them how to clean the lashes. It's so important that when they go home, they know how to use the product. Otherwise, they're going to be afraid to do it. And the cleanser is half the battle. Obviously, it removes the oil and the bacteria, but it also helps keep the lashes soft and supple so they last the full 6 to 8 weeks. If they're not using the cleanser, guys, they are not going to get that same whole time. So you want to make sure they are using the cleanser, whatever you have to do. I tell them they get the instructions in the beginning, they go home with the aftercare, and they also get, like, I remind them at the end, they also get the little appointment card that has the directions on it. But whatever you have to do when they come in for their free fill, make sure they're using this. Raise your hands, how many of you guys offer a free touch-up with your full set? Let me see, you've got some hands raised. Oh, it looks like a lot of you. That's really good. What that does, for those of you that don't, it gets the client in the habit of coming back to you, but also lets them know you care. And if there is a problem that goes wrong, you're able to fix it rather than them just say, oh, you know, Haley told me these lashes were going to last, you know, 6 to 8 weeks, and it's only been 2 weeks, they're gone. You know, they don't always think, oh, I shouldn't have done that coconut oil mask. It sometimes takes them coming in and getting the hang of it, especially if they're new to lashes. They don't always know the proper, you know, even if they take the cleanser home, they're afraid to use it, or, you know, maybe they leave it on, don't rinse it off. We've heard all kinds of stories. So the 10-day touch-up or the 2-week touch-up is an awesome way to ensure that nothing's going wrong and ensure they become a long-term client. You'll also, at that time, see how fast their natural lashes are growing. So you'll get a really great idea of how often to book them and what package might be best for them if they haven't already purchased a package. And we'll talk about packaging, pricing, and marketing a little bit later on. So we talked about, to give yourself a raise, obviously raising the price, doing more people per hour or shortening the time. The last thing is to offer more services per client. What that allows you to do is see fewer people but make more per hour. When a client comes in, there's always time in between setup, changing linens, getting them prepped, consultation forms, talking about the look. What if they're running 15 minutes late, which a lot of our clients, you know, can sometimes run late. What if we're running late? If we have one client doing multiple services, we cut out a lot of that in between time. So it would be beneficial for you guys, and you'd be giving yourself a raise essentially by having one client come in and do more services rather than see 5 different people for those same 5 services. So what are some things you can add on to their lash extension look? Well, there's perms, but those have to be done a day in advance, so that doesn't really help us here. There's tinting that can be done right before your touch-up. If your student allows the tint, we love them. There's also brow wax design and now the brow extensions, which are an awesome add-on for people. It's the same maintenance really as the extensions, so they can do their fills at the same time. And it's really a similar technique. So you're already set up for it. You already have your tools for it. It literally, you can just pick up a few trays of brows and get going. And for those of you that haven't taken the advanced class, it's really easy to do. I can do another webinar just on brows. Or you can, we could set up a private little training or something, or you can join one of our advanced classes. But the brows are really easy to pick up, and they're a great add-on. They look so much more real than the microblading. It gives so much more texture in 3D. So even our clients with microblading like these on top because they create that texture and it doesn't look as shiny. We could also add on, the brow designs as far as waxing, tinting, waxing, some things people don't think about. Nose wax, chin wax, lip wax. It takes 2 seconds to do nose wax, and many people don't even know that that exists. But if you offer it to them, their life will be changed. And I know this is a training about lashes, but all these little things are ways that you can increase your revenue.
Lexi says, yes, please, when you're talking about eyebrow extensions.
Oh.
So maybe let her know we have the advanced class coming up on March 28th.
Lexi, we have an advanced class on March 28th for brows, and we also have one coming up in April. So if you wanted to join us for one of those, and then we're in the midst of scheduling a class, I think, in Minnesota, and then probably this summer we'll be out on the East Coast. So we're adding more trainings to the schedule. So we talked about in-between clients. So basically, the last thing you can do to add revenue to your client is adding the aftercare. And I really think this is important. I know a lot of people, I guess the number one thing I hear from people is they don't want to be salesy or feel like they're selling something. It's not selling something. It's educating our client on how to care for their lashes. They are going to get more value. In other words, their lashes are going to last longer, and it's going to save them money if they're using the LASHX system. We're meant to be used as a system. So without being too preachy, because I believe in this so bad, and I feel like we have so many accounts that don't maximize the system, and so it's really important that I feel like I educate you guys on really how it works. But what the system is they're doing their cleanser before the service, obviously, as a primer, but also to maintain at home. It's going to remove salts and oils and help them last, and also kill any natural bacteria and oil, so the lashes will be healthier. It also has biotin and panthenol to increase the lash health in general. Then you go into the surface clean. You use your adhesive and lashes, which are going to stay soft and flexible with our brand, so they're not creating torque or tension on the hair follicle. And then your client should be following up with a pro liner. The pro liner comes in the clear or the colors, and they could do it like I have my black liner on, or they could just do clear. And clear also works on the brows. So even if you have just a brow extension client or a brow wax client, you can show them the pro liner. How the pro liner works is completely different than any of the other lash growers. So if your client says, oh, I'm already using Latisse, or I'm already using, X, Y, and Z lash, it's really important that you explain to them that this is not going to speed up the shedding. So I knew as a service provider when my clients were using other lash products that they'd have to come in more often for fills because they were growing, but then they were shedding quicker. What this product does is it actually roots the hair with protein, builds up the keratin, which is what our hair is made out of, and keeps it in that anagen cycle for 48% longer. So what all that means is your lashes are growing out longer before shedding, which means your extensions last 2 weeks longer. But also, every time they come in for a fill with you, you have more fuller, thicker lashes to add to. So you can get them a better and better look. Their natural lashes get healthier, and they're getting the full 6 to 8 week hold time. But let's talk about what this does for your businesses. Every time you sell one of these, you make $70 for the color, $60 for the clear. So if you were to sell, 2 a day, if you work 5 days a week, so 2 of your clients bought them a day, that's 10 a week. That's an extra $700 a week. Multiplied by 52 weeks, what is that? I don't know. Do you know the math?
Not in my head.
Heather's doing the math for us. So, what did we say? So, $70, $700 times 52.
$36,400.
$36,400 that you guys, if you're not retailing this, are just leaving on the table. I mean, that's, to me, silly. This is our #1 selling item in the store, even for people that don't do extensions. If you want more training specifically on how to sell this, we can do a private training, a phone, a Skype training. But basically, this has 3 patented peptides. One roots the hair with protein, one keeps it in the anagen stays for 46% longer, and one builds up the keratin, which is what the hair is made out of. So you're getting a longer, thicker, healthier lash. They need to do it every day for 3 weeks. We give them money back guarantee, so it's really easy to tell your client, look, try it for 3 weeks. If you don't see an amazing result, we'll give you your money back because we'll reimburse you guys. There's no risk for your client to get the good result. There's no risk for you guys to take them in. And the only plus side is that extra, And then if you're a rock star and selling more than 2 a day, well, hey, I don't know, you'll go on vacation and take me.
Me too.
Heather wants to come too. So that's my little spiel on the aftercare and giving yourself a raise. And then let's see. I have notes here. Okay. Okay, so now your question might be, so how do we sell the cleanser? How do we sell this pro liner? So to sell the cleanser, obviously we talked about we're educating the client on how to use it first. For us, our terminology is just like, here's the cleanser you're going home with today. It's going to keep your lashes clean and bacteria free. To me, logically, if someone's paying, it looks like most of you guys are charging $100 to $200. If you guys are charging that much, or your client's paying that much, $35 to make their lashes last an extra 2 weeks shouldn't be an issue. Maybe you could do a package where it includes the cleanser if you don't feel comfortable. But all of our stylists just kind of say, here's a cleanser you're going home with, and at the end, here's your cleanser, here's the directions how to use it. Remember, you're going to use your fingertips. You want to let them know to avoid cotton because those can sometimes stick to the lash and pull off or leave little fuzzies. And then Pro Liner, the best way to sell it is to put it on them after the service to show them how it looks. It's completely safe right after the lash application. And I was looking at a question. I lost my train of thought. It's completely safe right after the lash application. So they can just put it on, you can put it on them, and then they sleep in it. They can't get the water on the lashes for 24 hours, so if you do put it on them, they would sleep in it. Or they could try to gently take it off without getting the lashes wet. But it's really, once you see it on, the colors are really fun, and a lot of people are afraid of the color until they see them on, and they're really stunning. The Cameo is one of my favorites. It looks like a nice like plum brown. I love the purple. Yeah, that's the Cameo, the purple. And then I have Icon on today. We are sold out of Rogue. I know you guys are dying for it. I'm working on it. We're having a packaging issue where we can't find the right packaging. I don't know. So, long problems. Anyways. Social media. So let's talk a little bit about how you guys get more clients in. So now you have more time because your clients are coming spaced out less often. So how do you fill those gaps with more new clients without doing sales? We want to bring them in based on something other than being cheap. So I recommend definitely Instagram and Facebook and reviews. Basically, the ways that are going to be able to show your differentiating points. So your differentiating points is that your work is prettier, lasts longer, healthier, and it doesn't look gumpy, it doesn't look crazy. So you can show that a lot with images. And now with Instagram, which is free, or Facebook that's free, it's like a living portfolio if you guys really market your work. Also, if you tag us, we'll try to repost for you guys and help push people to you. We also have on our website to find a professional. If you guys are using all of our products and you're not listed there, please get to Heather and we'll make sure you're listed. I know we had a transover with the website, so go on there. It's on actually the LashX.shop site, the site that consumers go to, and just type in your own zip code and make sure you're showing up. And if not, make sure Heather adds you, because it's really important that people seeking the LashX method or healthier, safer services are able to find you guys. We do only put you on there if you're using the full line and if we know that you do good work, obviously. Hosting events, we are happy to partner with you guys if you want to do any kind of party lashes, lash grower events. We pretty much, with our events here, what we do is we offer like free party lashes with purchase of a lash grower, even if they're not doing extensions. And it's a great way to talk to them about the extensions, because the party lashes, those are tabs or flares or whatever. People call them different things. But they only take about 15 minutes to put on. They're really quick. They're great at parties because you can do it right over mascara, over makeup. And you can offer those and then put the grower on there, talk to them about the grower, and then talk to them about the lash extensions, how they're kind of like the party lashes, but they're healthier, safer, they last longer, and they look more real. Other promotions, you could do new looks, new products, basically promotions. Right now, you guys, if you didn't know, the Pantone of the Year is the same as our Gilded. So we've had some accounts doing a whole little thing on Pantone of the Year and our Gilded Pro Liner, just kind of a fun thing. Other ways to add value to your services and not discount. So in other words, give them added value without bringing your price down would be to offer, a glass of champagne, give the cleanser free with their package, maybe a paraffin hand treatment. Packages are awesome, and I wanted to touch on those a minute. Show of hands, how many of you have some kind of package or membership that you offer at your space? Nobody. Oh,
there's one.
A couple hands going up. So what the package is you're giving someone a discount basically for their loyalty. Here we do like an 8-pack, or I think it's a 5-pack or an 8-pack. Mm-hmm. And basically they're committing to coming for 5 visits or 8 visits up front. They're paying up front, but they're getting a discount. What that does is that lets you know kind of how many people you have coming in a month, and it guarantees that they're coming back. Also, when those clients pay, the next visit, they're not paying anything. It's a great time that you can sell more retail to them, and they're not coming out of pocket for their lashes. So it's really a great way to do it. We have a $9.99 package, and that's for 8 touch-ups. It usually lasts people a year. So $9.99 for a year of lash, super reasonable, and it's a great way just to get a little money, and especially for starting out. And this would be good for Judy, starting out. Doing that up front, so you get a little bit of working capital, and then you kind of know your base clients, and then everybody else, then you can start building. Once you have clients coming in, they're going to be your biggest fans. They're loyal to you. It gives them also the opportunity, if something does go wrong, to come back to you, get in the habit of coming back to you, and know that you're going to figure out whatever it is. I just want to, going back to touching on things going wrong, I wanted to just really quick to give you a little bit of info on if your client's lashes aren't lasting. So in other words, you're promising 6 to 8 weeks, and for some reason their lashes are just not lasting that full range. They're using the full system, and you can't figure out why. Well, there's those 4 factors that affect longevity. Obviously, it's products and techniques, lifestyle and outside factors, genetics. I think that was right. So basically, genetics would be like they have a shedding issue, their lashes just grow really fast, things like that. The first thing we want to rule out is the product and technique. So that's what's related to us. So we kind of know if all of our clients' lashes are lasting and we're, no one's having issues except for this one person, then it's probably not the product or the technique because everyone else is lasting. However, if you're having a lot of people, all of a sudden the lashes aren't lasting, then you got to check your adhesive. Remember the adhesive, we should date it only 3 months open, and then you should toss it. Make sure, too, you're not wiping it with any kind of chemical or water or anything. So check our adhesive. That's the number one thing. Make sure it's only 3 months old. Then your technique. When they're leaving, do they look perfect? When they come back, do they look different? Are they gumped together? Are they clumped? Who knows? Raise their hands. Who knows what it means if the lashes are clumped together? Nobody. Okay, so we got a couple of people. Carolina, what does it mean if the lashes are clumped together?
Roseanne.
Oh, Roseanne.
Roseanne said oil.
Oils, exactly. Oils will make the adhesive soften and get gumpy, and they'll stick together in kind of a crazy way. And those are the most dangerous because as they grow out, it can cause damage. So that's the worst thing. If the lashes grow out and no hair is attached, so in other words, if one hair is attached, so it's just one extension and one lash attached, that's just normal shedding. If the extension comes off but no hair is attached, that's usually salts or alcohols. What that does is it dries out the bond and they flake off. And you'll feel that client feels kind of dry and just dry, the texture changes. That means they're not using their cleanser enough and or they're getting a lot of salt on them. It could be eye drops aren't saline free. It could be we're crying. we would recommend just them rinsing to get those salts off, making sure they're using the cleanser enough. And then with the oil client, obviously going through their routine, making sure they're using only lash-safe products around the eyes. But I like to kind of ask the client about that because it's going to let you kind of problem solve with them. We want to figure out what it is because if we're promising 6 to 8 weeks, we want them to be happy and we want to kind of be Sherlock Holmes and figure out why they're not lasting and how we can provide that for them. And a lot of times it's something simple like their hair, shampoo, and conditioner is rinsing through their lashes in the shower. Or they just had a really bad week and they were crying or something like that. Or a lot of times, oh, I didn't really think I needed to use the cleanser. Or, yeah, there's things like that. So I didn't realize my cream matte, liner was oily. So those are just a few things to check. I hope that was a little bit helpful tips. And we talked about marketing events. I think right now what I'd like to do is really specifically answer you guys' questions. You're all logged in. I'm sure some of you have specific questions either about product, technique, pricing, marketing, giving yourself a raise. So we'll take those for a few minutes. And again, I want to thank you all for joining us. There is, and at the end, after we do some questions, I'll put up, there's a discount code for the aftercare right now with the seminar. You can get an extra 10% off. So I'll put that slide up in a minute. But does anyone have any other questions?
Did you bring up the beauty booster too?
Oh, I didn't. We have a question here about the beauty booster, what it is. And I can't see myself, so I don't know if it looks, yeah, it's in the screen. The beauty booster is our hair, nail, and skin, hair, skin, and nail supplement, but of course it's specific for lashes. So I made this because personally I hate taking a bunch of horse pills. I just want to take one pill. This is a gel cap, so just one gel cap a day. There's a 2-month supply, and your clients can use it to basically boost internally, holistic health. So health from the inside. It has argan oil, it has vitamin A, vitamin C, biotin, zinc, hydrolyzed collagen, horsetail, and hyaluronic acid. So it's really good for your hair, skin, and nails, and of course your lashes and brows. So for your client that needs extra help, like maybe came to you and their lashes aren't the best or something, you can have them use this as part of the system. Or just someone that really cares about maintaining and improving health. The reason we focus on health so much is because the number one question I get as a stylist is, are these going to ruin my lashes? And I know some of you probably get those same questions. So that's why we really want to have really informed answers for our clients to let them know that actually with this system, their lashes will get healthier and fuller with wear as long as they're caring for them properly. Any more questions? Any more people typing, I see? Someone wanted to see the adhesive. Let me show you guys that real quick. So our adhesive has a little tint to it, but it actually dries clear. So you use the same adhesive for brows and lashes. We do make a brow one that's just clear, but depending how busy you are, a lot of my accounts just buy one and they use it for everything. So
share it with that camera.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's it. It would look tinted, and then one drop like this would do a full set. So I think the number one problem for people that are switching to our brand is they tend to use too much adhesive, and then they say the lashes won't dry, especially with the volume lashes, they have collapse. Really just tap in the tip there and then hold it on the lash a few seconds. You don't want to be using too much adhesive or your fans will collapse. So this, again, is a full set. And it should not dry out on your gel pad. It should stay wet, so you don't have to keep adding more drops. So really our adhesive, you'll probably end up throwing it away at 3 months rather than, going through it just because you need so little. It's such a good value. That was a great question. Someone asked me how much these X tweezers are. I think they're $16 or $18, and then you can get them as a set, and it's discounted if you need a new set of tweezers. They come in the pink and the light pink. We're also working on some new tweezers, working on a new mascara. We've got a lot of new things in the works. Any other questions?
How much would it in the whole tester unit be for the liners?
For the whole tester unit for the liners, you get an additional 10% off. You get the free testers, the free brochures, and the free tester unit with it. So it's basically wholesale less 10%. I don't know what off the top of my head. You can give Heather. I'll send it on the site too. But Heather's always doing specials, so just talk.
We're gonna make something work.
Good questions. And if you're new to us and opening a new account, we can help you with that as well. But awesome, really thank you guys so much all for logging in. I'm going to put up that discount code if we don't have any more questions. And Heather and I are always available, guys. We want to, again, do better at these seminars and do more of them. So that way, you know, we really want to help you guys grow and make sure that we're addressing your needs. So please don't hesitate to let us know. I don't know what's going on. Can you see it?
Say hi. It looks like Judy, we lost Judy at one point, and she's back
Oh,
again. So if she has any questions on her, we're ending soon. Maybe see if she has any other questions.
Judy, I know we lost you for a minute, and I did actually talk to you to know if you got it. But if you missed it, this everyone, this video will be, we're recording it, so we'll share it out after the webinar so you can review it. I know I can be a little bit all over the place. I don't know why I can't.
That tree is pretty.
My tree is pretty. I can't. Oh, here's my slide. Thank you. Here we go. Now let me show it. But I did not pick that tree backdrop, just so everyone knows. It's my husband's computer. He has a better webcam. So. But here is Excel 10 is the discount for you guys.
Like the spelling for that.
Excel 10. We're all about aftercare. Did I get everyone's questions? We're gonna look at
Roseanne says, tell your clients to be happy and stop crying.
That's good advice. Don't cry the lashes off. Thank you all again so much for joining us.
We did get some more questions.
Oh, more questions.
Yes. Is it good to brush the lashes every day?
Yeah, brushing the lashes really helps keep them in order and looking good, especially if they're face sleepers. Just make sure your clients are gentle with their brushing, and then if they feel the pull to move the brush and place a little further out. They really shouldn't need to brush like right at the root, but about halfway through the lash and out, just so they're not pulling. Some people are a little overzealous with their brushing. Was there anything else?
Judy, one last time I saw you did reach out to us and say that you're back. Do you have any other questions for us? No.
All right, everyone. Have an awesome Women's Day, National Women's Day. And thank you again so much for joining us. We love you all.
Bye. Bye.